A woman never belongs to you. It's just your turn. Of course her parents don't have a problem with me being black. She's past the wall. Get your fat ass off the couch, start lifting weights, and learn game. You're welcome. So you got drunk at a frat party, then fucked the football team? You're not a rape victim, sweetheart. You're a slut. What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharp, and welcome to this edition of The Sharp Reality. Visit donovansharp.com anytime for additional content, such as screenshots of text exchanges I've had with different girls over the years. You can also check out, I've linked some of my best work on Return of Kings to my website. You can also access the complete archive of all episodes of TSR. You can also find that archive right here on YouTube. You can find it on SoundCloud as well as iTunes. Sign up for my weekly newsletter to stay up to date on all things Donovan Sharp related, and be sure to bookmark the Amazon link on my homepage to support the show at no cost to you. And if you have any questions, comments, show ideas, or stories you'd like to share, go to the Contact tab in the upper right-hand corner on my website and drop me your thoughts. As always, you can follow me on Twitter at Donovan_Sharp. Like the video at the bottom of the page if you get something out of it, and if you guys enjoy my content, definitely subscribe to my channel. I just hit the 1,400 subscriber mark, so we are definitely growing. Not nearly where I'm not nearly where I want and need to be, but 1,400 subscribers at this point for me is definitely a good accomplishment. So thank you to all of my subscribers, all my fans, all my listeners. We're definitely grown and headed in the right direction because of you guys. In episode 46, I talked about 5 wannabe alpha males, 5 wannabe traits of the wannabe alpha male. Well, today I'm going to give you guys 3 more of these fake alphas, these fake alpha traits that you might need to get rid of. When in episode 46, I admitted that I had fallen victim to some of these traits, and maybe when I detail these 3, maybe you guys will kind of figure out, you know what, maybe this is something that I need to change, or maybe this is something I need to change my line of thinking on. So let's go ahead and get right to it. Number 1, the I don't care how hot she is guy. Okay, if you are the consumer of various red pill content, red pill podcast, red pill articles, etc., you're familiar with the fact that we tell a lot of stories about a lot of girls and a lot of experiences that we've had with various women over the years. We tell a lot of different stories, and there's always at least one idiot who says, I don't care how hot she is, if she did this, that, or the other, I would kick her to the curb. Any man who says this out loud has never slept with, dated, or even fucked an attractive woman. Attractive women affect you differently, okay? Fucking 9s and 10s is a completely different experience altogether from fucking 6s and 7s. All right, being in a relationship with an 8, a 9, or a 10 is another world. They come with a whole different set of rules and circumstances and game applications that you have to run. I talked about that in episode 37, the downsides of dating 9s and 10s. Your woman will misbehave. No matter what. It is a mathematical inevitability. It's what they're designed to do. No matter how great a woman you have, no matter how well you've trained her, no matter how well you've conditioned her to meet your wants and needs, she will misbehave from time to time. She is a woman. The difference between beta males and red pill aware men is that we as red pill aware men understand that we need to mitigate bad behavior, but we understand how to do it. We also understand that we can't just kick a woman to the curb if she gets bitchy one night or if she gets out of pocket. Women aren't perfect, guys. They have to be trained and taught. And if you've got the balls to check her when she acts up, she'll respect you, and eventually she'll become more attracted to you. Now, it's human nature to give hot girls a little more leeway. And I'll give you an example. If you're the best salesperson at your company, your boss is going to let you get away with more. Your boss is going to let you take a few more unscheduled days off because you're the best at what you do. He's just going to let you get away with more. Professional athletes the same way. The more talented you are, the more the more the team will tolerate, because that person's talent outweighs any baggage that player X may or may not have off the field. Now, don't misunderstand me, guys. I am in no way suggesting that you tolerate or willingly tolerate disrespectful or flaky behavior. But men who have experience with nines and tens, we understand that this is a behavior that has to be trained out of them, and it doesn't happen overnight. Training bad behavior out of a 9 or a 10, it takes time, it takes consistency, it takes backbone. Hot girls, they've been getting away with bad behavior their entire lives. So you as a man, if you happen to be dating or fucking a 9 or a 10, you need to expect her to misbehave early and often. Because this is just who they are. It's what they've gotten away with. And if you show that you can handle her, if you show that you can put her in her place, she's much more likely to stick around longer. So if a man tells me, I don't care how hot she is, if she misbehaves, she's gone, that tells me and everyone else that they've never been in a relationship with, they've never fucked, or even been on a date with a woman above a 6. That shit's fake as fuck. You're not fooling anybody with that statement. Number 2. The number 2 fake alpha is the one beta trait makes him a beta fake alpha. Last summer, I wrote an article about O.J. Simpson and how the life and times of O.J. Simpson confirmed a lot of the red pill truth. And the comments, and this was on Return of Kings, and to my surprise, the comment section was riddled with people saying that O.J. Simpson was a beta because he killed his ex-wife because he had one-itis. Never mind the fact that he was swimming in pussy before, during, and after his marriage to Nicole. Never mind the fact that he won the Heisman Trophy and is now in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Never mind the fact that he was a movie star and a millionaire well after his playing career. Never mind the fact that he took what he wanted when he wanted without apology. No. The reason he killed his ex-wife must mean he had one-itis. So despite living a life that most men can only dream of, he's a sniveling beta male because he did something that Mr. One Beta Trait makes him a beta fake alpha thinks is a beta trait. I'll use myself as an example here. I'm confident as fuck, okay? And I'm cocky. I'm cocky as a motherfucker, and I have good reason to be. But guys, guess what? Even I have beta traits. For example, I have a temper problem. In January of 15, last January, I wrote an article about the five alpha male archetypes, and in that article, I explicitly stated that a man who lets his emotions get the better of him is a man who has some growing up to do. Okay, guys. I've always been a hothead. It's something my temper problem, I've struggled with it my entire life. Sometimes it's a blessing, sometimes it's a curse. But a lot of times it's very difficult for me to control my anger. That's a beta trait. Another beta trait that I have is that I sometimes get sort of sucked into explaining myself to women more than I should. Yes, guys, those are beta traits, but that doesn't automatically disqualify me as a red pill aware male. All alpha males have beta traits. No one is 100% alpha 100% of the time. We're human beings. Vladimir Putin might like show tunes. Donald Trump's favorite singer might be Freddie Mercury. That doesn't mean that both these men aren't alpha males. So if he has one beta trait, then he's a beta guy. That guy is just looking for a weakness to point out in men that he admires and secretly envies. It's just haterade is what that is. Number 3, this is the guy that takes the all women are like that too far. They take it too hard. And here's what I mean by this. This is the guy who thinks all women should be treated the same because they're, quote, all the same. This is the guy who thinks you should punish them all the same, you should talk to them all the same way, and that you should run the same game on all of them. Any man who has experience with many types of women knows this isn't how it works. For example, 6s and 7s are much harder to approach and number close and set a meetup with than 9s and 10s. And the reason for this is because 6s and 7s are approached much more than 9s and 10s. Asshole game is best to use with 6s and 7s, but if you try to use asshole games on 9s and 10s, they'll just ignore you. 9s and 10s tend to be much more receptive to the standard bold approach and conversational game, because most men don't have the balls to just walk up to him and talk to them and make no bones about what he's angling for. So they tend to be much more pleasant, and they tend to give you an honest chance to establish yourself and establish your value as a man. They allow themselves to try to be attracted to you. They'll give you the opportunity because they don't really get very many. Now on the flip side, 6s and 7s are almost too easy to fuck, while 9s and 10s are nearly impossible to fuck on the first date or the first meetup. Now, this particular dichotomy, that's for another podcast. But the point is, guys, is that one size doesn't fit all. And any man who says or thinks this has, again, exposed himself as a man who is vastly inexperienced with women. Another example is how you motivate your woman with rewards, how you cultivate good behavior. A general rule of thumb is the 3-to-2 ratio. That is, if she does 3 nice things for you, if she does 3 favorable things for you, you reward her with 2 in return. Well, different girls require different ratios. Some women require 3-to-2, some require 3-to-1, some women require 5-to-1 in order to maintain proper motivation. I talked about this in episode 41. And here's the thing. Another element is that this isn't dictated by the sexual market value of your girl. I've dated 9s and 10s who need a 2-to-1 ratio, but I've also dated 9s and 10s who will walk all over you if you use that same ratio. So sometimes, I've had to switch to a 3-to-1 or a 4-to-1 ratio. Again, one size doesn't fit all when it comes to women, and men who misunderstand the all women are like that doctrine, all it means is that they think that all women need to be handled exactly the same way, and men who think this way, they're fake alphas, and what they really need to do is they need to brush up on their red pill material and maybe take a refresher course. That does it for this episode of The Sharp Reality. Again, guys, if you like this episode, make sure you hit the like button, and if you like the material, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to visit donovansharp.com anytime to listen to past episodes, and be sure to check out the additional content. Thanks for listening, guys. Talk to you next time.